Hi, welcome to Spain. I'm going to make some journal cards today. I did one in my last journal with hinges on with material, but I'll show how I do that at the end of this video. So I started off with these long strips of white card. That's what I've used for these journal cards. In the journal I did use ready-made journal cards, 4x6, but I'll need to use some of these strips up. So yesterday I spent a bit of time coffee dyeing a load, so that's what they're like at the moment. So they are about 4 inches wide, so I'm going to just chop these on the guillotine at the side to 6 long. I'll just do a couple, and I get these strips from the my craft shop. I think a lady was cutting some papers down, so she wanted to get rid of all the offcuts, which are great for me because I just love, I do like making journal cards, or they're good for tags as well. So I'm just rounding the corners on all these. Just quickly just wipe round the edge with my ink pad. I think actually these are a little bit, they're a little bit longer than the ones I've made before, but it doesn't matter. It's always good to have a bit of a stash of different sizes. So they're inked up. Now I've got this music paper. I bought a load, not a load, but some off eBay, I think, just printed, and I've splashed with some ink with my fan paintbrush. Just dip it into it's a bottle of ink that somebody gave me, like this. Like, you never see this now because people hardly ever use fountain pens. So I'm just going to chop, something's gone on the floor, a label. I'm just going to chop some of this down to just under 4. I will tear it because the top edge is torn. So I need to just take it to about the bottom of that line. So I'll just tear it against my ruler. I'll keep all these bits because they're good for sticking on snippets or things like that. Snippet rolls. Now ink. We should get the 2 out of that. I'm just going to rip this edge, if I can, just a tiny weeny bit off, just to give it a torn edge. Right, let's just quickly ink these edges. And that's really all it is to it. It's just a matter of, I use a base of either music paper or book pages. Some, if I've only got a small piece of paper like half this size, I'll just stick a piece of music paper and then maybe a piece of book page at the other side. Glue those down, and then they're a little bit wide. No, it'll do. It will do. I bought these glue bottles because I do have a bit of arthritis in my fingers, and I wanted those the sugar bell bottles, icing bottles, which I can't get over here. Even on Amazon they don't seem to do them, but I found these and they are quite a soft plastic. I think there was 2 in the set for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 euros. They are quite good. But I will try and order some of the sugar bell ones when I'm going to my son's or somewhere, when can have the delivery to his house in England. So that's 2 journal cards. Now I'm going to try and decorate them up a little bit. So I've got my little bag of, or box of, ephemera bits. And I'm going to stick that on there just to hide that crooked crooked cutting of my paper there. I always find if I'm doing things like this, if I just pull a small amount of things out onto my working area, instead of having a load, I do the same at night when I'm sat watching TV. I'll just get my tray and just put a few packs of ephemera or cutouts to use instead of having loads to choose from, and it just makes me use the ones that I've got. Does that make sense? Not really, but it does to me. Now, I bought these book of little stickers. I didn't know they were stickers, but I have since found out, and I'll use this one because it's the same pinky rose colour. See, they are stickers there. So that's, I'll stick that in the top corner. And it's just a matter of decorating them up, whatever takes your fancy. If you know what type of journal you're using it for, a particular theme, that, you know, obviously you decorate it as to that theme, but I just like doing these in all different ones, then I've got them ready as and when I need them. In fact, you could just leave them like that until you know what journal you're putting them in, and then use some of the ephemera from the kit that you're using just to decorate up like that. So I will be back shortly. Well, my desk is a bit messy, but I'm just decorating up some postcards that I have made, or rather journal cards. These are what I did earlier, just decorated with pieces of paper. So I just thought I would decorate a few up. I've done 4 already, but what I want to make with them is a flippy journal folder, like I did in the journal I showed either last week or the week before, just joined together with strips of material so that it all folds together. I'll do about 4 together like that, but we'll do that later. At the moment I'm just going to decorate some more of these up. Now I quite like that left as it is, so I'm just going to quickly stamp an image. I've just pulled some, where's my stamp? This has got like a dandelion clock on it, so I'm just going to stamp that on. This is Ranger archival ink. I'm going to put that over the music paper. Then I'm going to get some, let me get the lid on that. Honestly, my desk is so messy. There's the lid. But I just have such a small space to work in. It doesn't take long for it to get really messed up. So I've got another box with some ephemera bits in that I've bought, and I'm going to pull those off. I've pulled some birds out, they're little stickers, and I have also pulled out some words. All these, I think these are Tracy Fox, I'm not sure who these are, HG Designs possibly, but they're printed on very thin paper, which I thought was good for these, because if they're sliding in pockets you don't want anything sticking up too much. So I'm just going to choose these are stickers, and I'm going to just go with any really, and they peel off and they're a bit transparent as well. So even though I want to keep this image, if I just stick that along the middle, you do still see the image and writing through it, which I quite like. And I'm going to choose a bird. I've done the same on all these. I've put a bird on each one, some stickers and a quote like that. So I'm going to do all these the same, and then they can be joined in 4s to make a little flippy. Now this has got a bit of pink on, so I'm choosing a pink bird, and I'm going to have him sitting up there. But I'm going to ink the edges. These are stickers as well, but I know from experience that these don't stay stuck very well, because I have been using them in some journal pages or similar. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on as well. just put him sitting up there, and then I'm going to choose a word that is suitable. Life is everything is quite nice, and I'm going to split that up into life is and everything. Then just quickly ink the edges. This is the sort of thing I can do, that's not quite straight, get on the tray at night and just make a load together just while watching TV. Where did I see? I've lost it now. I've lost the other part of it now because I've got the fan on at the side of me. Everything's blowing around. I think I'll have to forget that one. This is, we don't know, do we? Should we go less is more? Well, that one's complete. As soon as I switch the camera off, I'll probably find the other piece of that. Stick that down here. So that's another one complete. So I'm going to do another few, and then we'll get together and I'll join them, we'll get some pieces of material together. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I've got together 4 of my postcards. 2 I did earlier in this video with the coffee dyed, and 2 that I've done with just the white and inked around the edges. So I'm just going to attach these together to make a little folder sort of thing to go in a journal. Now this is what I use. This is the back of an old quilt cover, and I just tear it into strips. I don't really want them too wide. I could probably get 3 lengths out of this piece. So I like it when it's torn, then you get like the nice frayed edges. I do sometimes take this up to the ironing board and press it out so that it's flat, but just for quickness at the moment I'm just going to try and flatten it out with my fingers. Like so. Just pull it round your finger, it does sometimes flatten the edges out. So I want 3 lengths, about not quite as deep as the journal cards, because these have got curved edges on, so you don't want it going right to the top. So I'm just going to cut 3 lengths off, and the glue I'll be using for this is 3-in-1. If you've got fabric tack, you can use that. Now I'm going to alternate these, a brown one, a white one, a brown one and a white one. So I'm going to just put 2 together. Now I'm going to put the material on the side that I've collaged. Let me just get my specs on, then I can see what I'm doing. And just put a layer of glue on 2 pieces. And stick the material, I'll put it on one side first. Just so. And I'm going to turn that, make sure that they're both the right way up, and turn them. And then just leave a fraction millimetre or so between the 2 pieces, and then stick that down like so. If you just need to put a little bit more glue down, that's just do that. It looks nice and shabby with the frayed edges. So again, glue down here. I'm going to put just get some of the frayed bits of material, stick my piece on, turn it so that it's, and put glue on this piece. and a fraction between the two. The glue should dry out so that you can't see it. And again, last one. You could put material on the other side, but if you've got a good solid glue, not solid glue, but a good glue that you know is going to stick well, that should suffice just having one. I'm just going to put a bit more glue down there to stop this curling up here. Like that. A bit more here. Turn it over and put the glue down this side. Right, let me put my top on there, stop it oozing out. Turn that one, yeah, right way, and 1 millimetre apart. And that should do it now. So they are all glued down really good. Just a fraction more down that side. And at the top, I think that's okay. A bit more on this one. Now the only thing I've put on these is, like on top of the music paper, is a bird and just a few words. So you could just keep these in your stash, and then when you know the theme of the book or journal that you're doing, you can add more ephemera on. And then that can fold either way, backwards and forwards, and that could just stick into a side pocket in your journal. And these are the other ones that I did for the journal, my previous journal. These are just normal journal index cards that you buy in a pack. But because I've got this length of white card, I just thought I would use that as well. So I'm going to carry on and make a few more of these, and then I've got them in my shoe boxes ready to use when I need them. This is a bit longer than my usual video, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time. Bye.